emergency room, urgent care, or admitted into the hospital for any type of procedure, you are likely familiar with the nurse asking you what level your pain or discomfort are at. Most often, they ask you, from a scale from 1 to 10, what is the level of your pain? Now, after the litany of tests that they have done, ranging from blood work to blood pressure tests, you would think they have a pretty good idea as to what your condition is. What could possibly be the benefit of asking you for a numerical value of your pain or discomfort? They're the physician, after all. Why are they asking me to diagnose? The medical professionals are aware of one fact. That is this: you know your body better than anyone else. All of the medical tests may come back that things are fine, while you, the patient, know something is not right. Many people refuse to pay attention to what their bodies are saying about their health. Just to be clear, I'm not endorsing the hypochondriac mentality where every bump and every skin blemish is self-diagnosed as a terminal illness that's going to take you out in the next 24 hours. However, it is important to pay attention to the signs and the signals that your body is emitting, trying to tell you something is wrong and corrective actions need to be taken. If we aren't careful, we can actually treat our bodies as if they are machines. While it's flattering to think that you're a machine, the fact is we're not machines. In his time here on earth, Jesus did many things as an example for us. Most often, we think of his fervent prayer or extended fast as actions that he portrayed to give us as a sake of example for us. However, many of the actions that we take to tend to our physical being, Jesus also tended to. For example, John chapter 4 verse 6 tells us, "Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus therefore, being weary from his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour." Jesus was tired from his journey, so what did he do? He sat down and rested. If Jesus, God in the flesh, became weary and paid attention to that weariness and took time to rest, it is likely that we too need to recognize when we are weary and sit down on the well and rest. In Matthew chapter 14, news came to Jesus that his cousin and friend John the Baptist had been executed by beheading. The Bible tells us that Jesus departed by a ship to a desert place away from any other people. Jesus was dealing with feelings of loss and grief. Certainly the deity nature of Jesus knew that this was John's purpose and part of his destiny. But the humanity side of Jesus dealt with grief the same way that you and I do. And rather than just continuing through his routine as though nothing were wrong, he responded to the signals. He withdrew and allowed himself time to process that grief. In Mark chapter 11, the Bible tells us Jesus was hungry. So he goes to the fig tree hoping to find figs upon the tree to eat. While the story contains many other truths, the fact that I would draw up on for today's session is that when Jesus was hungry, he looked for food. Imagine that. Did Jesus fast? Certainly. When it was necessary for his purpose and his mission, he pushed away the plate and he fasted. But at other times, when he hungered, he looked for food. So don't ignore the signs and the symptoms that your body is using to communicate that corrective action needs to be taken. Sit down by the well and get your rest. Don't be afraid to take time to deal with grief. When your body is telling you, I need something to eat, don't pretend to be a machine. Listen and pay attention to your body.